Hello and a very good evening to you. Tonight I'm at Cystic Fibrosis headquarters where volunteers have been busily wrapping all these beautiful roses today, and they're going to be on sale tomorrow for 65 Roses Day. We'll talk a bit more about that shortly, but it was an amazing day out there today. If we have a look at the sky scan, you can still see there were some heavy showers coming through the metropolitan area during the course of the morning. Perth has recorded 17 millimetres. That takes the total for the month to 138.2 millimetres, and that makes it the wettest May for 8 years and 22 above average. Rainfall figures around the metropolitan area were as high as 28 at Bickley, 26 at Gosnells. Most on the coastal plain were around 10 to 20 millimetres. And as far as temperatures for Perth, the coldest May day for 9 years, 14.6 degrees. We ended up with a minimum of 11.3 degrees, and we had to wait all night for that. It didn't happen until 9:50 this morning. At the moment, it's dropped to 12.3. The winds are southerly, 11 kilometres an hour. The barometer, 1,018.7 hectopascals, and that's rising, and the relative humidity is around 60%. The daytime temperatures, Bickley struggled up to 11.6 today. That was the lowest in our area. 12 was reported from Carnot and Dwellingup, and 17 was the highest maximum in our area. That was to the north at Lancelin. Around the state today, there are at least 4 locations that I saw having their coldest May day on record. They included Ongerup with 9 degrees, Manjimup and Jacup on 9.4 degrees, and Shannon on 9.5. At the other end of the state, Curtin had 35.3. That was the highest in the state, and the lowest minimum last night came from the Gascoyne. That was 3.7 degrees, and that was recorded at Bulga Downs. With me now are 2 very special guests involved with cystic fibrosis and 65 Roses Day. And hello, what's your name?
Austin.
And Austin, why are you here tonight?
Because I got cystic fibrosis.
And what do you want people to do tomorrow?
Buy roses.
And what will buying roses do?
Help people's lungs.
Help people's lungs. Maybe Mum can, Desley, you can tell us a bit more about how it can help people's lungs.
Every day we have a rigorous regime in maintaining Austin's health, and by the support of people buying roses tomorrow, an organisation like Cystic Fibrosis WA does exist. It is valuable, obviously, for the support that it gives the family as well as people living with CF, and also the research that is going on behind the scenes to hopefully work towards finding a cure.
And the regime you speak about is not only tablets, it's physical too, isn't it?
Yeah, Austin has physical physiotherapy twice a day before and after school, and 7 days a week, and it helps his lungs and prolongs his life, so that's what we do.
And why is it called 65 Roses Day?
There was, quite a few years ago, there was a little boy listening to his mum on the telephone all the time, asking for research, for funding for research for CF, and one day he came to her and said, I know what I've got 65 roses.
And it's carried on from there.
It has.
Thank you very much, and look out for the roses. They'll be through the city at the railway stations and in a lot of locations around Perth tomorrow. On to the series of satellite photographs, and you can see the huge cold pool move over the southwest corner of the state. That's been responsible for the wet weather, but it's going to dry out fairly rapidly, because as we go to the charts, we'll see the front moves through to the east, and there is a low out to the east and a high out to the west. Between that, a very cold southerly will dry conditions and produce some very low temperatures over the next couple of days. The north of the state's going to be very windy over the next few days. The rainfall model shows the clearing trend down through the southeast of the state. There's still likely to be some heavy falls, particularly on the east and south coast in the Esperance area and in adjoining parts. If we travel around the nation now, you'll see that many cities are expecting precipitation tomorrow. The place to be is Darwin, where they're expecting a sunny day and a top of 32 degrees. Alice Springs won't be too bad. It should be partly cloudy there. If you're heading out on local waters, the southerly winds tonight will be 20 to 30 knots, so there's a strong wind warning current. Those winds will ease and become southeasterly at 15 to 20 knots overnight, and during the morning they'll ease further to 10 to 15 knots. So by then the seas should be down around the 1 metre mark and the southwesterly swell 2.5 metres. Low tides 0.7 of a metre at 20 minutes past midnight, and the high tides 1 metre at 26 minutes to noon. So tomorrow should be mostly sunny. We're expecting the possibility of frost in susceptible areas, a minimum of 2 degrees and a maximum of 17. The long weekend is looking sunny, cold in the mornings, 3 on Saturday morning, 6 on Sunday morning, Monday 7 degrees, all of those days around 20 degrees, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it looks like a shower or two is going to roll in each day. That's it from me. Buy a rose tomorrow, 65 Roses Day.